What's up, y'all, and welcome to the very first episode of MyPhilosoVie. I am and will be your host, and I am the creator and mastermind behind MyPhilosoVie. My name is Avie. I am 24 years old. Most of my friends call me V. I am from North Carolina. MyPhilosoVie was created as an outlet, firstly. It really started out as just me making quotes, me thinking of things that I was dealing with and motivating myself, really. It started out as me just posting things on Facebook, writing words, and I always loved to write. I've loved to write since I was in grade school, like 2003. It kind of amped up a lot more once I started experiencing things and going through things in life. And I kind of had to find healthier ways to cope with what I was going through. I could no longer do the same things that I used to do to get over what was going on with me because it wasn't working. So I had to find alternatives that were healthy to help me cope. And MyPhilosoVie was born. So MyPhilosoVie is basically my philosophy. So it's philosophy, but it's Avie's version. It's my perception of things that have happened in my life or topics that I feel like people can relate to on all levels, and my messages are very universal, so I feel like no one will have any issue relating to these topics. I decided to make this blog because it's eventually going to be a podcast, and it will be a web series of webisodes and episodes uploaded to all of my social media accounts, and we'll be discussing different topics, not limited to any particular or certain thing, but it'll range to just help us navigate through life, because everybody needs motivation. Everybody needs a positive something. In this series, we will be going on a journey to accept ourselves for exactly who we are, to heal from any hidden traumas, and to also break generational curses, because that's huge. I really want to break generational curses. I want everybody to have a strong mental mindset so that you can unleash the most elevated version of yourself possible. It took me a while to accept myself for exactly who I am, and I feel like with healing, breaking generational curses, and accepting yourself, that's grounds for leveling up and grounds for unleashing and unlocking your fullest potential. And that's exactly what I'm here to do. I want to motivate every single person watching this video to unlock your fullest potential. I want you to win. With this first episode and topic, I just feel like it'll be a great introduction for the journey that we're about to go on with each other. That brings me to my very first topic, which is having self-confidence in a low self-esteem world. That's very important, because building self-confidence, or having self-confidence, let's just start there, it allows you to move a certain way. So I just have here a few tips to help boost your self-confidence. Yeah, let's get right into it. Let's just start here and say that nobody is born with limitless self-confidence. Nobody. And if someone seems to have incredible self-confidence, then I'm pretty sure it's because they worked on it for years, and they've been building it for years. Rome wasn't built in a day, and neither will your self-confidence. It will come over time. You'll probably see yourself either being the most confident, not as confident, or not confident at all. And wherever you range on this spectrum, just know that it's okay. And I'm here to help, and I'm here to motivate and encourage that one day at a time that we can do this, and you can do this. It's possible. So with my first step or tip to help boost your self-confidence, it'll be to visualize yourself as you want to be. So what is visualizing? It's seeing an image of yourself in a positive light. So when we struggle with low self-confidence, we often have a poor perception of ourselves. And with this poor perception, it's often very inaccurate. I mean, it causes us to see ourselves less than what we actually are. When you have low self-confidence, you're not motivated. You don't feel like you can do things. You don't feel like you're capable, but you are. That's the thing. You have to apply yourself. You have to actually do the work, but you are capable and you can do it. So how you would switch that is to practice visualizing an outstanding version of yourself, achieving your goals, winning, getting everything that you said that you ever wanted. Visualize that, see it. And if you see it, it will happen. It will be true. It will become true. And that's just what it is. Step 2, affirm yourself. What are affirmations? Affirmations are positive and uplifting statements that we say to ourselves. Sometimes we tend to behave in accordance to our own self-image. I mean, we're human. With that, we also believe whatever we tell ourselves constantly and consistently. But the trick to actually making a lasting change is to change the way you view yourself. Continuously see yourself winning and mastering whatever it is you're out here trying to master. You will win. It is because it's destined. Example, so if you hate yourself, right, your physical appearance, practice saying something that you actually appreciate, like about yourself. Like the next time you're in the mirror and you see yourself, compliment yourself. Tell yourself something about you that you love, that you like. And try phrasing your affirmations as questions. Why am I so good at managing my stress? Our brains are biologically wired to seek answers to questions that without analyzing whether the question is valid or not. So you're tricking your brain. There's nothing wrong with that. Step 3, facing your fears. Doing one thing that scares you daily will boost your self-confidence. And the best and only way to overcome a fear is to face it head on. You may not realize, but every single experience that you've ever had, you've gained confidence from it. You may have lost something in the process. You may didn't get something in the process, but you gained experience regardless of what happened. Get out of your comfort zone. Face those fears. That will help boost your confidence for sure. Number 4, question your inner critic. Some of the harshest comments, you guys, don't even come from your Instagram feed. They don't come from social media, the outside world. They really come from yourself. If you find yourself struggling with self-confidence, there's a possibility that your inner critic has become overactive and inaccurate. And by that, I mean that your inner critic has gotten to the point where it's overanalyzing you. With that, you just need to take the time to find opportunities to congratulate, to compliment, and to reward yourself, even for the small successes. I was able to complete my laundry middle of the week instead of waiting until the weekend. You got to be excited about it because that holds weight, right? It holds weight. Step 5, set yourself up to win. Setting yourself up to win will boost your confidence no matter what. To establish true self-confidence, we must concentrate on our successes and forget about the failures and the negatives in our life. And I totally 100% agree with that statement. Why? Because when you focus on your losses or you focus on the negatives, that is what comes, negatives. If you focus on the positives and the successes, that is what will come, positive and success. Have you ever been so discouraged about your abilities? This is probably because you've set goals for yourself that are too difficult to achieve right now. That doesn't mean that they're impossible to reach. They're just a little too difficult for you to achieve right now. If that is you in this case, try starting by setting yourself small goals that can be easily won. So once you have a stream of successes, you're winning each small goal little by little. They make you feel good about yourself. And then you can move on to harder goals. And keeping a list of all your achievements, big or small, can remind you of all the times that you've done well. And that's helpful. That is so helpful for your confidence, for your life, just for your mindset in general. Instead of focusing on a to-do list, spend time reflecting on a did it list. Okay, this is what I got. Because sometimes, I'll be honest with you, a to-do list will be very, very overwhelming. I was that type of person where I would let a lot of things overwhelm me at once. Issues, problems, life, what I had going on, I would let it overwhelm me because I'm thinking of it as a whole. I'm looking at the whole big picture. And of course it's overwhelming because you don't necessarily have the grasp of, oh my gosh, okay, I need to do this, focus on this one thing, and then once I do this one thing, I can move on to the next. No, I'm looking at it as a whole, and if I'm then, of course, it's going to be overwhelming. So reflecting on major milestones and projects and goals that you've achieved is a great way to reinforce confidence in your skills. It all relates back to building your self-confidence. This is what we're doing this for. And once your self-confidence is built into a level where you feel like, oh my God, you'll be able to do anything. I promise you. Sometimes I feel like I'm unstoppable. Like there's nothing possibly that could go wrong because I'm gonna get it right. It's gonna work out for me. Caring for yourself. Now, this one is very important. Self-confidence depends on a combination of things. Good physical health, emotional health, and social health. So feeling good about yourself can be hard if you constantly have low energy, if you dislike your physique. So you should probably make the necessary time to cultivate great exercise, eating and sleeping habits, dress the way you want to feel. Build that confidence by making the effort to look at your own needs, knowing what you need to survive, knowing what, okay, I've been burnt out all week. I need to take me a break. I need to rest. I need to go do something that I'm going to enjoy. Care, self-care, taking care of yourself. That boosts your self-confidence, because if you're unhappy with how you look or how you feel, it's gonna show. It's gonna show and it's gonna project, and we don't want that energy out. We don't want that energy out here in the world. We don't want that energy, period. I don't ever want you or me to be a negative Nancy, to be that type of energy around someone where they feel like they just can't deal. They don't want to. And last but not least, creating personal boundaries. Now, self-care is important, of course, but this is very, very, very important. And listen to me carefully, because when you create personal boundaries, you should love yourself enough to create those boundaries. Your time and your energy are precious. You get to choose how you use it. You teach people how to treat you by deciding what you will and won't accept. So an example of setting a boundary is learning how to say no. And I had to learn, right? Learning how to say no is difficult because you feel like saying no means you're a mean person. But no, that's not it at all. It's 2020. Tell people no. When you learn to say no, you're just learning to be more assertive and being able to ask for what you want. I had to learn. I felt bad for setting boundaries for myself. It's weird, but it's necessary, and you have to do it, because otherwise people are going to continue to come into your space, to come into your life, to overstep their boundaries, to disrespect, etc., etc., etc. And we don't want that. The more control and say that you have over your own life, the greater your confidence and self-confidence will be. And I just want to say that with these things, it will take time. It will not happen overnight. These things have helped me along the way. I have been going on a healing journey within myself for the past 2 years. And I will say that I'm growing every day. I'm growing and getting better every day. And so can you. You're not in this alone. We're in this together. And as I close out this first episode of MyPhilosoVie, I would just like to say I am sending love to each and every one of you who are hurting, who are trying to heal from trauma, and who are on the journey and in the path to break generational curses. I'm with you. We all have things that we're going through, and we all have things that we wish that we could do better. And I'm just here to say that with every single day that you are gifted, every single day that you wake up, you have an opportunity to do better and be better. And remember that. Oh, and if you have any suggestions, any at all, the next topic, what I should talk about, tips, anything, please feel free to email me at askphilosovie@gmail.com. Please comment down below. Please share. I am so excited to go on this journey with you all. I'll see you guys in the next episode. Sending peace, love, and light from V.